Adam, I'm sure you spent lots of Saturday night and possibly yesterday as well looking back on Saturday and what you did well and what you maybe didn't do quite so well. What conclusions have you come to?
I thought first half there was some really good stuff, some real positives in terms of how we asked the lads to play. I thought we got the ball into the final third really well. Didn't probably take enough of those opportunities when we got into the final third, and some bad decisions and just some bad technique. But in the main, there's some positives to take. But ultimately, we didn't come away with any points from the game. So still loads and loads for us to work on. I think it was some fine margins as well in terms of looking back at the first goal just before half time. It's very close to being offside, and Dippo's one just after half time as well. I think the left back's dropped in, and it's borderline. It just didn't go for us on the day, but we won't blame anything. We'll look at ourselves and see where we can be better, and there's lots for us to improve on, but there were some encouraging signs as well.
Was the confidence? Do you feel as though the players' confidence was hit on Saturday by what happened? How were they in training this morning?
There could be, but it's down to us to just keep relaying the messages and say, there's lots to be pleased with. I thought some of the pressing first half, we went after them a bit in their half of the pitch and turned over the ball well a few times, and that work rate and that intensity was there. So just keep relaying that message that there was some positive stuff there from the first game, and we want to keep on improving on that. There was loads for us to work on, and we've gone through one or two areas that we can improve on. But ultimately, it was a relatively good start. I think it's the first game. If it's the first game of the season, we were pleased, encouraged with lots of it. But we know now that 10 games to go, we've got to pick up points.
How big part is Tony McMahon going to play for you? Because obviously he knows all these players better than any of you guys, because he's been here all season.
Yeah, of course. Definitely, Mac has been excellent since we come in, and really helped with the transition of us coming in. But a bit of it's judged on what Macca says, but we've got to see for our own eyes, and we've learned a lot. You can do all the training in the world, can't you? But you learn from what players do on a match day, and we've learned a lot from Saturday's game.
We thought Saturday's game was huge because of the defeat, of course. It gives even more importance, I suppose, to tomorrow night's against Fylde.
Yeah, 10 games to go, 30 points still to play for. So that's a message as well to the players that we've got a long way to go, and we've got to sooner rather than later start turning our performances into points, because you can look at all the stats and it will come out quite good of the game, but the one main stat that matters at this stage of the season is the fact that they scored 3 and we scored 2, so we've got to turn that around.
Have you set yourself a target? Do you think, how many wins do you think you would need to have a real decent chance of staying up now? That's 10 games.
No, I don't think that's for me to sort of do at this sort of stage. I think the thing that I need to really focus on is tomorrow night, and that's all we can focus on. Really set ourselves a challenge to improve on our performance and ultimately come away with 3 points. That's what we'll be aiming for.
Does it help that you've got so many games back to back, having just come into the club, or in an ideal world would you have maybe had a couple of free midweeks so you had more time to work with these players?
There's obviously positives and negatives for both. You do see more from players in matches, so that's a positive to have so many games that you're learning about the squad and about them a bit quicker. But at the same time, you can relay your messages a bit more if you've got a bit more time to work on. So, again, no excuses from myself or anyone. We've got a game Tuesday night and we need to be ready for it.
How hard is it knowing what sort of issues Fylde are going to cause your side? Because, of course, until last week, there was no reason for you to know anything at all about Fylde.
No, the beauty of me moving up and the family sort of being back on the south coast is that we've got time, me, Gary and Cam, to spend on the opposition and look at what they're doing. So we've been busy. We've definitely been doing our work and see the key factors that they look to implement in their game, and now it's down to us to show the boys that. But more importantly, focus on ourselves and what we can improve on.
One more on Fylde. What sort of challenge do you think they're going to provide your side? Because they struggled really badly in the first half of the season, but they do seem to have picked up in recent weeks.
Yeah, picked up in recent weeks. They've scored a lot of goals. They've conceded quite a few. I think it was only a couple of weeks ago that Bournemouth scored 4 against them as well. So, probably still just finding their feet under their sort of manager as well. But the confidence will be there because they've picked up some good results and scored lots of goals. So, we've got to match intensity that I think we started with on Saturday. I think there's a real high intensity. I thought we pressed really well. We've got to take that into the game, and it's no good doing it for 44 minutes. We've got to do it for the 90, 95, whatever it may be.
Your side then, first of all, is Ryan Fallowfield available now, is he?
Yeah, Ryan Fallowfield's now available after the concussion. He took a nasty sort of shine on his eye, but he's back available now for us. We'll have to look at the load of players that have not been in the side for a while, then come in, and 2 heavy pitches back to back, and what all that might entail. But Ryan's back, and there's no other fresh injury concerns from the weekend.
Which has got to be a boost because injuries have blighted York City throughout this season.
No, yeah, you just see the injury list that we still got. So obviously Crooksy, there's going to be 6 weeks or so as well. So
what's his issue?
Just hamstring, I believe. It's just a bit of a scan and reported back. But he's progressing well. He's a fit lad, looks after himself. So we're hoping it won't be the full 6 weeks. We're hoping we'll get a bit of luck and get back a little bit before that, hopefully.
Guess what, Deepo Akinyemi, you obviously played out wide left on Saturday. Is there a thought that maybe you need to play players in their best position? I think Deepo would say he wants to play through the middle as a number 9. That's where he did his best work for York City at the start of the season. Do you lose something by playing Deepo? I understand why you did it, because he can come in off that left side, but do you lose something from what is arguably your best player when you do put him out there? Yeah, potentially, but I thought he was a real handful up there. I thought he was, in the forward line, the one that was causing most threats, and he's good in 1v1 situations. He can cut in a bit more, I think, on his right foot and open up the goal a bit more. I thought he went down the outside really well. So the first sort of, obviously, you've seen videos and stuff like that, but first actually viewing of him, I thought he'd done really well up there, and maybe we could get players into the box for when he's in a 1v1 situation to load it up a little bit more. I think he was a bit unlucky a few times where he got flashed across first half, and Charlie Allen was very unlucky to hit the post when he did. So we've got to be finishing those chances, and I think that will settle everybody down. So we've got that 2-goal cushion. Yeah, we were sort of saying in commentary that it was almost as Deepo Akinyemi was putting in crosses that Deepo Akinyemi would like to be on the end of.
That's right, yeah, definitely. That would be the ideal situation, wouldn't it, to have 2 depots on each wing. But I think even when he did go down the middle, obviously we conceded 3 relatively quick goals, and that affected confidence a little bit. And we had to change. We had to try and get back in the game and put 2 up top and Billy just in behind, which give us a little bit of a foothold in the game. And when we managed to get the 2nd goal, you could feel there was a bit more belief in that again. But Did probably be a real good player for us. I thought his work rate was excellent on Saturday.
Can I ask about the players that are out on loan? You've got a number of players out on loan. I had a contact get in touch with me on Sunday saying there was suggestions at Darlington that Scott Barrow was coming back to York this week. Is there any truth in that? And are you hoping to see some of these players back at York, even if it is like Scott, Darlington not very far away, just to see them in training?
Yeah, I think it's something that we've got to look at, definitely. Get them back in the building and see what they're all about, so we can roll our eye over them. I think it'd be foolish not to do that. But yeah, at the same time, there's no point bringing them back if we don't feel they're going to feature and be part of it as well. So yeah, it's conversations that are ongoing. I think where the games were so quick, Saturday, Tuesday, we wanted to just focus with lads that we've got, but moving forward, we've definitely got to look at everyone we've got at our disposal.
So for confirmation, it sounds like he was staying at Darlington for the time being, then he'll be available for their game tomorrow.
Yes, yeah, I think so, and then we'll obviously try and get back in training and have a look at him ourselves and roll our eye over him.
When are you likely to go into the loan market or the transfer market? Because I imagine you will do before it closes in March. How many games do you think it will take you to assess your squad and then to make that move?
Yeah, I think obviously Saturday, Tuesday we'll find a lot about our players, and we'll look at it. But I want to really sort of look at what we have got here and who's available. And there was some good performances. Like I say, I thought Depot was a real handful. I think there's more to come from one or two as well. But in the main, I thought there was some good signs of some good players. I think one thing, we can go get more players in and that, but we've already got a relatively big squad, and if we keep on adding to it, then that's when it can be a little bit more unsettled. So we've got to take all of those factors into consideration.
And I saw on social media at the weekend, John Byrne, who I'm sure you know from your time down at Brighton, he's a legend here at York City, a hero here at York City, putting really nice things about you on Twitter, telling the York City fans that he thinks they've got a really good manager. When you hear that from people you probably respect, I'm sure you do, in John Byrne, how does that make you feel?
No, yeah, it's the first time I've heard that from John Byrne.
Is he normally nasty about it?
Yeah, no, sorry, not just John Byrne, but in terms of try to stay off of what's been said, really, good and bad. Just focus on the team and that. But yeah, I know John really well. What a really good guy, and see a few of his pictures and a few of his haircuts that he had back in the day around the place is always nice to see.
We'll have to get into a game soon.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Having had a look at obviously the footage and the squad, is it a better or worse situation than you anticipated when you first took the role?
Yeah, I think it's good. I thought the lads worked their socks off, to be honest. They left everything out there. That little period, wasn't it, 15-20 minutes where we conceded the 3 goals, and some bad goals we conceded. I think it was the second one where it was a throw-in and got switched, and one mistake led to another mistake, and there was no break in the cycle, which ended up in the back of our net. But really pleased with the squad of players that we've got here. I say delighted with everything. So yeah, I'd say it's better than what I imagined. Pleased with larger elements of how we played, first half in particular. Obviously second half, scoring the goals, we had to change it a little bit and try and get ourselves back in the game. But there was lots to be pleased with, and that was the message to the players. They just keep on grafting, working their socks off, and it's down to us to provide the little bits of detail that will make the difference. And
you've obviously come from training today. Have you changed the way you approach things? Has it caused you to, given the Saturday's result?
No, I won't change what we're doing, how we play. We believe in it. Like I say, first half, I thought they had one chance and then the goal, which on another day, a linesman might have been able to give that offside. It was borderline. I think if VAR's in, it's probably offside, but it's hard with the naked eye with a linesman to see it, so it could have gone either way. But just they're the sort of fine margins that didn't quite go for us. We hit the post when we could have gone 2-0 up, and an offside call, Depot's one. But like I say, I don't want to come in here and say, oh, look, it was all hunky-dory. It most certainly wasn't. There's loads and loads for us to improve on. But I honestly believe if we stick to what we're doing and how we work, that it's down to us to give the details that make a difference.
Talking of Depot, looking on supporters forums, I know that you don't. A lot of people think he's a better finisher than he is a supplier. What's your thoughts about that?
Yeah, I thought he on the left had some good opportunities himself, didn't he? Cutting in on his right foot, and I think the keeper made an unbelievable save for one of them. There's a couple that just went past the post, so it's not like he probably had the best. He created the best chances and had the best chances to score as well, I think, from that left-hand side. So I don't think that was the problem with him not being on the end of it. Like say, in an ideal world, you'd probably have, Depot crossing it and him there to finish it as well. But his work rate was there. I thought he worked really hard on that left-hand side, and there's some really encouraging signs from his play.
Billy Chadwick was a real bright spark, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was excellent. I'm really hoping the 2 goals will fill him with loads of confidence, because he really suits our style, how we want to play. He's a little technician, and we've got really high hopes with Billy.
Does Tyler Cordner need to get fit before you start him again?
Obviously he's been out the team a while, he's come under a lot of criticism, but we'll work with Tyler. He's he's one of our players. He's in the building, and he's working hard to improve, and we keep on working with him to be a better player.
George Sykes-Kenworthy looked a little out of sorts. Is he lacking a bit of confidence, or was it just an off day?
I think he'll hold his hands up and say he should have done better with the second one, but also there's there's also a couple of other players that would have felt they could have done better for the second goal as well. I think he had an assist for the first goal as well, didn't he, with a great pass to Billy Jorvik. So he's fine. Like we all do, we made mistakes, we learn from them, and that's how we become better.
And looking at Fylde, they've scored 18 goals in the last 7 games. They've shipped 11, and they've beaten a lot of the teams around them. It's quite a big thing tomorrow night, isn't it? It's a big task.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. We knew that when we come in, that every game was going to be vitally important, and even more so here at home. And we need the supporters backing us behind us like I did on Saturday. I thought they really got behind us, especially when we scored the first goal. There was, I think, if the lads a lift, hearing that roar, and it's just shame we couldn't capitalise and score the second. But yeah, it's a tough game. They all are. You see Dawkins' result at the weekend. Everyone can beat everyone on the day, and it's down to us to start finding our day.
Does it affect the players when the crowd gets on their back? Because they were nervous and they were edgy, weren't they? And did that translate on the field as well?
Potentially, but it's down to us as staff and the players, to not let that affect them. The fans are passionate. They want their teams to do well, and rightly so, and win games of football. And it's that's the same at every club. They want that, but it's down to us to sort of block that out and keep concentrating on what we're doing and believe in what we're doing to win games of football.
And is the final message to the fans, give us a bit of slack, we are doing our best and we'll hope to deliver for you?
It's not down to me to tell the supporters how to feel. I hope that they saw enough from the first half to get behind us and back us again. But yeah, it's down to us ultimately to perform on the pitch, and if we do that, we know the supporters will be with us.
Good luck for tomorrow.
Thank you.
Hi, Adam, you alright?
Yeah, good.
You said last week that your family were maybe going to hope to get up for the game. Did they manage to get up for it at all, or?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they come up late on Friday, and then travelled back yesterday. So absolutely loved it.
What did they make of the city despite the results?
No, yeah, loved it. What a beautiful place, and they said that everybody was so welcoming to them. So I think my eldest son is out injured for Brighton at the moment, but he's already planning his trip to Kidderminster, I think, next week. So that's how much he enjoyed it.
Brilliant. And obviously, Billy Jorvik scored his first brace for the club. How important is he going forward for the back end of the season? Yeah,
as soon as you come in, you see he suits my sort of style. He's a little technician, and now he's got a couple of goals, and he'll be playing with real confidence tomorrow night now, and you think he could be massive for us.
It's a quick turnaround as well. How do you settle into a club, being the new manager, but also try and implement a style of football while working with the players? How do you balance everything going into a new job like this?
Yes, it's not easy, but it's just try to do the best you can. Lots of watching the games back and giving the lads little bits of detail. We film all the training, all the sessions, all the matches. So I think that visual to show the players has really helped and been massive for us. And
you've talked today as well and about work rate and how hard they worked at the weekend. How do you keep that hard work going and keep them motivated throughout the back end of the season? Because obviously, string of games coming back off the bat, how do you keep that motivation going through?
No, I think again, like showing the players when we did go on the press, the amount of times that we turned it over, and now we're 30 yards away from the opposition's goal, and how that can really help us. So, we want them to press high up the pitch and get after the opponent, especially here at home. I think that's what the fans want. They don't want to see a team coming there and dominating the ball. So we want to get after the opponents, and the fact that they can see that with that hard work, we're then getting the ball back, and like I say, a couple of bad decisions that we didn't quite execute, but on a couple of those presses we could have turned them into a real positive action for us, and I think when you show the players that, they get their belief and they buy into it.
And a win tomorrow night takes you level on points. How important is it you get the home victory despite the home form not being fantastic for York this season?
Yeah, we're going to do all we can to try and win the game. Obviously, I'd say 30 points to play for yet. Still lots up for grabs, but yeah, we're going to take it one game at a time, and we're going to fully focus on Tuesday night being better than what we were Saturday for longer periods of the game. Try and iron out the details that we lacked to get over the line and get 3 points, but we want to try and do all we can to come away with a positive result.
Brilliant. Cheers, Adam. Good luck tomorrow.
Cheers.
Hiya. It's fairly obvious that quite a few of the players are struggling with confidence. How do you quickly build that confidence back?
No, yeah, I think especially when you're coming in and implementing new ideas, I think the best way is by getting results, isn't it? I think the performance will help. I think a lot of the lads, felt that the performance first half was good. We got into some good areas. We just lacked that little bit of detail. So we've got to add that bit of detail, and obviously getting results and points on the board will really help with the confidence.
You had little time to sort of assess the situation before the game on Saturday. What did you learn after Saturday?
Yeah, exactly that it might be one or two that are a bit low on confidence at the moment. There was some little fine tuning to the team shape. We didn't quite get it right. I think it was a bit too much information in 2 sessions to try and get across too much, whether it be from set pieces and everything, and maybe loaded the players with too much information. So just to try and simplify things a little bit for them for tomorrow night.
Billy Chadwick, we just talked about Billy Chadwick. He showed on Saturday what he can do. What can you tell us about how you're going to build on that?
Yeah, I thought he was excellent. A real sort of live wire for us, and obviously scoring a couple of goals. A real threat in the final third. I thought his movement was excellent in the first couple of sessions. I thought he was dropping off a little bit too soon and coming a bit too deep, but in the game I thought his timing of his movement was good, and he made some real threatening runs in behind as well. So with Billy, we don't want him all to feet, but making those runs in behind will be really important for us.
Turning to Fylde, they put 4 goals past Maidenhead on Saturday, 3 points behind York. They also shipped 4 goals the week before. What do you make of them?
Yeah, on a good run. If you watch the game back like I did, then you'll see that Maidenhead could have been 3-4-0 up inside the first 10-15 minutes as well. So it's real fine margins. So yeah, we've got to look at how we can hurt them, and obviously know that they do score a lot of goals, so we've got a lot of threat in their side as well. So we've got to be wary of that as well. But let's go and implement our game plan, what we can do, and like I say, build on the good things we've done on Saturday.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.